Welcome to this relaxing meditation story. Today we are going on a journey to a distant land. After this session, as your day goes on, you will feel an increase in tranquility and focus. You can enjoy a clear mind for the rest of the day. This story allows you to experience a moment of peace and comfort as you explore the possibilities of life around you. By listening to this story, you are given ways to make the best out of your day. I know that you will find value on this trip out across the sea. Making your way to a distant land filled with opportunities. Let's begin by relaxing. Letting the tension leave your muscles. Take a deep breath in, drawing fresh air into the lungs. Then slowly exhale, releasing it. Imagine that you are drifting along out on the grand ocean on a magnificent sailboat. You have completed all of the hard work it takes to set sail, so now you can fully focus on the beauty of the sea as you direct your boat towards adventure. Out at sea, the world is a different place. The ocean brings its own uniqueness, unlike anything else on Earth. The sea feels alive as it moves all around you. As time passes by, the uniqueness of this moment becomes even more incredible. While the land is steady, the ocean moves to its own rhythm, sometimes gentle and sometimes fierce. Though we may never know what moves the waves, creating a rhythm of their own, but we can always count on them to take us in the direction we need to travel. As your boat glides across the water, you find yourself being taken over by the rhythm of the waves. The water pushes and pulls as if the very ocean itself is breathing. Feeling the boat rise up, then down, as it climbs gently over each new wave, passing from one wave to the next as you travel onward. It feels as if the ocean is carrying you towards a greater destination, like water knows exactly where you ought to be. The ocean is working in unison with the sea breeze to fill your sails and pull you forward to the destination you need to find. Water surrounds you in every direction. Everywhere you look, the dark blue stretches on, with the occasional burst of white when a wave breaks on the surface. The sea is alive, pulsing to a rhythm composed of currents and wind. Underneath the surface of the water, a whole other world exists. Deep in the water below, there is an entire ecosystem to explore. The gentle yet powerful water is home to so many animals, each one living life out in their own way. Below there are schools of fish swimming along the ocean floor, eels dancing through the water, giant whales gliding along, traveling with friends and family, following a map only they truly know. There are plants and animals coral and stones. Even the water changes below the surface. Currents form hidden pathways, guiding the local wildlife on perfectly designed paths through the surrounding water. Similar to underwater highways. Beneath the waves, the water pulls and pushes with strength in some areas and moving with a gentle force in others. Entire lives are being lived, some more interesting than you could imagine. Dolphins dance below the surface with their friends, sometimes taking a moment to let true happiness fill them as they break through the water surface, leaping through the air in a fluid and graceful dance before returning to the water below. The sheer thought of these worlds that you could never finish exploring grants you a moment to pause. So sit back on your sailboat, breathing in and then out. For a moment, you find yourself compelled to just relax and be in the moment. You know that there are countless lives being lived below, but on the surface of the water, it is just you, the waves, and the sky. Have a rest and reflect on the tranquility of being alone at sea. Above you, the sky is crystal clear. The brilliant, bright blue provides a pure and perfect backdrop for the sun, resting high within the sky. Providing you with warmth and the loving caress of its touch of rays. Somewhere far in the distance, you can see the vague movement of a flock of birds. They are formed into a perfect V shape as they travel through the sky, each one flying in the wake of another as they make their journey home for the season. Go ahead and lie back, feeling the gentle touch of the sun makes you thankful for this absolutely perfect temperature. Not too hot, but instead warm and pleasant. The sun is not the only thing you feel, because out here on the ocean, the wind is alive, playing with the waves. As it skates across your skin, you feel as if the world is reaching out to caress you. The breeze is gentle, not at all like the breeze felt on land. Out at sea, the breeze is thicker, almost tangible. It carries with it the smell of the ocean, giving it a salty taste that you have grown to love. The wind symbolizes the power of the waves below you, but to you, it is the smell of freedom, of peace, of solitude. Out here, you answer to no one. It is just you, the ocean, the breeze, and the sun above. You take a moment to pause, listening to the gentle crash of the waves as they playfully reach out to touch your boat. Above, the breeze tugs on your sails, making the ropes sway back and forth. The sound they make as they hit against the mast creates its own tune in the chorus around you. Feeling completely calm and at peace, you take a deep, lingering breath. You breathe in, smelling the salt on the breeze, enjoying the moisture in the air. Then you exhale, allowing the carbon dioxide to exit your lungs, rejoining the atmosphere. After some time spent gently rocking back and forth with the waves, you decide to sit back up and have a look around. Your boat has been on course for a while, and you are eager to see where you are. As you press your palms into the wood of the deck, sitting up with a gentle stretch, have a look at your surroundings. It is so satisfying to see that there's an island up ahead. From where you are, you can see a clear and stunning looking beach that you know is worth visiting. So you set course, directing the boat towards the beautiful beach. As you approach it, you notice the difference of the ocean below. The water gets more shallow as the ground rises up to meet you. You don't want to run your boat aground, so you grab your anchor and drop it into the ocean. Excited to swim across the short distance to the incredible island. The warm water is refreshing, and the gentle waves move all around your body. It is a pleasing contact for the sun-soaked skin. Your muscles are enjoying moving as you effortlessly pull through the water. Pulling yourself through the water in even and steady strides, riding the waves as they carry you towards the awaiting beach. Before long, your feet touch the smooth, warm sand, and you walk to the shore. It is even more beautiful up close. Immaculate white sand that stretches alongside a line of palm trees and flowers. Stepping into the sand, you are comforted by the sturdiness of the ground. Even though the sand shifts slightly under your feet, you do feel more stable than on your floating boat. You find security in the new ground. Each step you make is sure of foot. The sand is refreshing against your skin, your feet being massaged with every step. Even though you could spend an eternity on this beach, you are eager to see what lies beyond it in the thicket of the palms. It's been so long since you've been on land that the idea of exploring this beautiful island jungle is quite a treat. You look back at the waves, making their rippling patterns, ready to take in the new sights and sounds of the tropical jungle ahead. As you make your way under the shadow of a tree, the gentle coolness of its shade soothes your soul. This momentary shadow allows you to feel protected, deeply comforting your sun-soaked skin. Now you can smell the fragrant plant life around you as you begin to walk through the leaves. This tropical paradise is covered in beautiful and vibrant colors everywhere you look. Vibrant greens surround you, filling your vision with the wonder of life. Amidst the greens, flashes of red, orange, and yellows are displayed as gorgeous flowers. There are flowers and plants of all kinds in every direction, each boasting their own unique beauty, each one welcoming you to their majestic land. The life around you makes you feel more connected to the island, as if you are a part of it, like an animal that has wandered into a place for comfort and refuge. Up ahead, you see a kind of tree that you have never seen before. To your delight, you realize there are fruits dangling from the branches. Among the leaves, there are pops of orange and green. As you walk towards the tree, you immediately recognize that they are mangoes. Your focus is now centered on getting one of these delicious fruits that you can already feel your mouth tingling in anticipation of biting into one. Excited to snatch the nearest mango and take a bite out of it, you walk up to the magnificent tree, dripping with fruit. You are sure that it will taste nothing short of perfect. Already imagining your teeth sinking into the flesh of the fruit. However, when you grab a mango, you are disappointed to see that part of it is rotten. Of course, this is not that big of a deal, so you reach for another fruit. But find too that this one is rotten as well. Now looking more carefully, determined to find the perfect mango, you realize that every mango has become rotten in some areas. You had grown used to the perfection of store-bought mangoes, but out here in the wild, you are reminded that imperfection is part of nature. Looking at the half-rotten mango in your hand, wondering how you are going to enjoy this tasty island treat, you realize there are 3 options. First, you can just throw the mango away and refuse to eat any of it. This seems like a simple solution, but you wouldn't be replenished by its nutrients. Second, you can devour the whole mango, including the good and rotten parts. This is another simple option because you could eat the entire mango without picking out the rotten parts. But the rotten parts could very well taste sour. Your third option is to cut out the rotten parts and eat only the good part instead. As you consider these 3 options, you turn the mango over and over in your hand. Breathing in the dense freshness of the plants around you, then exhaling slowly. Looking at the mango, deciding you don't want to throw it out entirely. It would be disheartening to abandon the mangoes and give up the delicious and juicy treat. But you know you don't want to eat the whole mango. The rotten parts are not appetizing. So you are left with a third option, to eat the good parts and avoid the bad. This feels like the obvious choice. You can enjoy a delicious mango without being forced to eat the foul part. Just as you are about to make your decision, a thought comes to mind. In nature, everything has balance. Nothing is perfect. Everything has both good and bad parts, just like people. As humans, we have this tendency to focus so much on the bad that it is easy to forget the good in one another. Rather than focusing on strengths, we instead focus on the weakness in others with a critical eye. We lose sight of the benefits that each person brings, ending up fighting because we choose to focus only on their rotten part, perhaps on something that happened long ago, choosing to never move past. Sometimes we go through an entire rotten phase, forgetting that there can be more to us. We overlook the good parts and focus only on the bad, letting that influence our decisions on how we treat others. Our judgments make us completely lose out on the nurturing goodness in ourselves and in others. Given the choices in hand, we opt for biting into the rot or throwing away the entire mango, rather than tasting only the sweetness of the good parts. It is often said that if you judge a person by their worst day, you find them to always be in the wrong. But we all have bad days, fully capable of being our worst versions. Being compassionate means learning to accept the rot without having to eat it. It means focusing on the good and the beauty in each of us so that we can fully love ourselves and others. With a smile, bite into the sweet and delicious side of the mango, allowing the juice to fill your mouth. Its flavor is perfect, a delicate balance of sweet and citrus, making your taste buds sing. You grab a few more mangoes, thankful for the treats and the lessons that you've learned on this magical island. Heading back to your boat now to continue your journey.